All right. So what's the next topic?
All right, we're about 1 hour and 5 minutes. Okay.
Hour 5.
Then, is
Cool.
anyone seeing? Anyone watching 13 Reasons?
I watched it already.
No.
I watched
You're saying no, as in you're against it, or shut up because you haven't seen it yet?
too close, bro. You're too close. You can't do that.
I am not watching that show.
All right, that was too low. That's crazy.
It doesn't answer the question. Are you saying it to me like you don't
We
care?
can talk about it. We can talk about it.
Or
You guys can talk about it because I don't care about the show.
okay, that's what I was like. I only bring it up because again, people are trying really hard to get this show canceled.
Really?
They do not want to, it's already announced that they're doing season 3, but there are a lot of people upset that they want the show canceled.
Wow.
They want it done even after the first season. At one point I can understand because the way they end the first season was that they show Hannah, killing herself, and it was extremely, extremely graphic.
It wasn't as graphic as the last scene in season 2.
No, that is true. That is true. But a lot of people are upset. It's like, oh, this show is bad. It's giving kids ideas. I mean, let's face it, kids already have this idea.
I heard
You know
that
what I mean?
one video I was watching, they were saying that they don't like the fact that it's kind of romanticizing suicide.
But that's not the
That's
point.
not what they're doing.
If somebody's perceiving it that way, that's on you. You know what I mean? Like, you have to take a look at yourself. That was not the point. It's to show that it's not pretty. It is not pretty, and the bigger point was the effect it has on other people.
Real
The
quick,
effect it has on people you're leaving behind.
Since I didn't see it, how did she do it?
She slit her wrists.
Slit her.
Oh, okay.
In a
She
bathtub.
went to the bathtub.
Classic.
Slit her wrist.
Okay.
But that's what they were trying to do. So now, of course, parents are upset. You're giving my kid ideas. It's like, listen, if a kid does it, they're already thinking about it. You know what I mean? And the more of the point of the show is to get people to talk about this serious topic. It's not new, and it's not going to stop. It's supposed to be a talking point. A lot of people are upset. They want to get it canceled. Of course, Netflix, if it's getting ratings,
They're not canceling it.
they're not canceling it. It's not. If it was a network TV, maybe it can get shut down. On Netflix, is like, listen, people are watching it. It's bringing in ratings. We're going to keep going. So they do season 2. The way they end the show in season 2, shit.
Triggering, bro.
Jordan, have you seen it?
All I know is that season 2 has to do with like the trial or something.
But more than
Yeah.
the trial. It's about, like, all right, the trial, and like he said earlier, how Hannah's suicide affected everyone around her.
Okay, because like I know like some people are like trying to do something to keep their fucking mouth shut so they don't testify at court or something like that.
And I mean, again, that's not why people want to get this shut down. That's not why.
Because they're taking it and they're getting the wrong message. But like he said, we can't. All right, if we make a show, we can only control what we put out. We can't control what you receive.
Yeah.
It's the same thing as communication. I can say something to you, mean one thing, and you perceive another. Like, perception is a motherfucker, right? So if you want to sit there and be like, oh my god, these people are glorifying suicide. No, they're not. No, they're not. They're not saying, hey, jump off a building because it'll be great. It'll be epic. No, they're not saying that.
They're taking an issue that's already happening and, in a sense, trying to make people face it. You know what I mean?
They're putting it in your face.
They're putting it in your face and they're trying to deal with it because it's not new. It's been going on for years, but not a lot of people really talk about it. And to a point, I was watching, I don't know what it's called, but it's like, the one of these things that people can live stream themselves and stuff.
Yeah.
I was watching this thing. It was really, I was like, what's the big deal with this new thing? So, I was looking into it. I was checking it out. And there was this girl, like live streaming, talking about stuff. And you can see she has like all these cuts on her inner thigh.
Yeah.
So, she was talking about it. So it's like, someone's like, oh, what's with those cuts? She was like, a long time ago when I was 15, I went through a big depression. This is how I dealt with it. I don't do it anymore, but at the time, and she got banned. her thing was banned because she was talking about a inappropriate, sensitive topic.
Mm-hmm.
But on the same streaming app, you'd have girls half naked, twerking, and it'll be going on for hours. It does not get banned. You can be half naked streaming live streaming, and no ban. This girl's talking about a serious topic that she went through 8 years ago. She got banned for talking about, this is how I hurt myself because that's how I dealt with, my personal issues.
Yeah.
Instantly banned.
See,
like that is crazy. And this is kind of what I'm talking about. It is not new. People have been doing this for years, and they're going to continue to do it. And nobody wants to talk about it. Like ignoring the problem is going to make it go away, and it's not. And in a way, I think that's kind of the important thing that the show is doing. It's giving a talking point, and it's trying to make people face the reality of this thing going on.
Mm-hmm.
Now, then going to season 2, the way they end season 2,
mm-hmm.
the kid, who's the kind of a nobody, he's in the bathroom, and the jocks come in,
mm-hmm.
beat the shit out of him.
Mm.
3 of the guys then hold him down, while the 4th guy takes a mop and shoves it up his ass.
Yeah,
wow.
You could have filtered that a little bit.
I mean, people see the show. It is what it is. When we're going to get banned?
Oh no, I'm just saying.
It pretty much
he sodomized him with a broomstick.
That's what happened. Shoves it up his ass. That's
right.
what happened, and it was. I mean, they don't actually show it. You know what I mean? But it's still pretty
graphic,
right? You know what I mean? It's.
Now, like I'm looking at some facts about suicide right now,
mm-hmm.
and each year 44,965 Americans die by suicide, and that costs the U.S. $69 billion annually.
Mm-hmm.
Why not tackle that issue?
Exactly.
Why not? And not only like is it a super high number already, the number is increasing, and people are still refusing to talk about it. It's
funny?
like let's sweep it under the rug so no one thinks about doing it. Everyone thinks about doing it. Life is hard.
Yep.
Life is one of those things that make you think about ways out, because dealing is harder than just stopping it all.
Yep.
Yeah.
And there was another statistic. I don't know the numbers, but long story short, they're saying that kids now are more depressed than they were like about 10 years ago.
Of course they are.
I mean, look what the fuck we're going through.
Think about
social media. It's a lot easier for people to bully you.
On top of that, your worth is almost measured in clicks,
mm-hmm.
right? So if you don't have like a lot of likes on a photo, you're like, damn, nobody liked this. Like you get depressed. Not us. We're not from that generation, right? So no one likes my pictures. I'm not popular. I'm not attractive. Even if the person is attractive, if the internet doesn't see them as attractive,
mm-hmm.
then their self-image goes down, and they just fall into a depression. And on top of that, the fact that no one has face-to-face interactions with people, when they do like encounter groups and like in person, they suffer from anxiety and shit
because they don't know how to deal with it. Like they don't know how to like decipher what the fuck someone's like saying or meaning or anything like that, or how to do a situation hands-on. Because if you're doing it by text message, IM, like, come on, let's be real. Like, you have a second to kind of think about, what should I text back, or decipher what the fuck someone's saying through a text. But if you're having like a face-to-face conversation with someone, it's all in real time. It's live, baby. Like, you can't like pause it.
So not only are you dealing with what the person's saying and how you're interpreting what they're saying, you're dealing with their gestures, their expressions, and all of that. So you're trying to read everything. Because I can say, hey man, what's up? Yeah. And if my face is angry, that what's up could mean, motherfucker, you wronged me. Yeah. Right? Yeah, so like now they're not used to this. It's all everything, like you said, text message, Facebook, Instagram, all this nonsense, disappearing messages on Snapchat, dick pics, hashtag.
Hashtag dick pics.
And then you encounter it in real life and you have no idea how to deal with it.
No. And that's another thing that's kind of upsetting, is not only like dealing with that, like that stuff being a problem, like our youth is not being taught properly how to handle such situations, how to handle the backlash, the negative feedback and stuff like that. Because, you know, when we were younger growing up, shit happened to us all the time.
Right.
You know, a whole bunch of negative shit, but we were kind of we were trained to deal with it in a way where it's like, you know, you can survive it. But nowadays it's not like that. And our youth is not being taught that. They're trying to look for quick fixes. Everything's instant with them. It wasn't like that with us.
And that right there goes right back to the suicide. Suicide is a quick fix in a lot of young people's minds. Mm-hmm. They don't realize that like that quick fix leads to a lot of like hardship for everyone else around them.
Right.
But
let's get it straight. They're perceiving it as a quick fix. It's not a quick fix.
Well, for them it is.
Exactly, for them. Let's just put that, you know, get that clear, because someone might misinterpret, like, oh, you said you have it.
Well,
no, to them, they feel like it's a quick fix.
But it is a quick fix to them.
Mm-hmm.
Just everyone around them has to suffer through it.
Yeah.
You know, and no, I'm not one of those people. I don't know how you guys feel. I'm not one of those people who are going to sit here and say, fuck that person. They were selfish. They were cowards. It's not true. No, mental health is a real thing.
Yeah. No, I mean, I wouldn't say that.
Like, cause one of our friends, he was like, he's just not sympathetic to people who commit suicide, but he doesn't try to take the time to at least try to put himself in their shoes. Like, you have to be going through something really serious and suffering from some sort of imbalance.
And then at the same time to then feel like you have no one on your side,
mm-hmm.
you know, like you're all alone. No one cares for you. No one gives a shit. And it's just, I mean, it's a sad topic, you know. It's
the crazy thing about this is that about a month ago, it was like on like the lower ends of the internet, word was getting around that a guy killed himself on a live stream.
Mm-hmm.
And like, yeah, I checked it out. It was like on 4chan and stuff. And the thing about 4chan is like they talk a lot about that, but at the same time they go on there to kind of like find some like help. So like the term on 4chan is am hero. So when someone says I'm thinking about am heroing, what should I do?
What does it stand for?
Damn, I forgot what it was, because like it was based off of someone who actually committed suicide, and the term came up. I'll Google it right now, real quick, while I'm explaining. But
can you Google and explain at the same time?
No.
I was gonna say, you want me to Google it?
Definition, real quick. Fuck, where is it?
Am hero.
So pretty much, long story short, it's like, you know, I'm thinking about, you know, doing this, help, and then people talk, and they're like, you know, they're real with them, like, you know. Like, you stop being a bitch sometimes. Sometimes they'll say that.
Some people can handle that. Some people can't.
Exactly. Yeah. But there are people who legitimately talk to them like, you know, things are tough. I understand. You know, you can get through this. Or it's like, just talk. What's bothering you? And then there's forums of people talking about it. And it's funny to say this because 4chan is kind of a dirty little website. But sometimes there are legitimate people there who do want to talk. And I'm mentioning this because, like, not so long ago, some guy, like, he wrote, like, this huge, like, letter saying that he's like, I'm honestly just done with life. I'm tired of school. It's not going anywhere. Life sucks. My family right now is going some crazy. Probably, I seriously don't see myself getting out of the situation I'm in. You know, I'm literally done with life. Like, I'm literally just like, I have no purpose in this world. There is no way in hell I'm going to get out of this life, you know, contributing anything to society. He was just done. So he went on a live stream, had a blindfold on, looked at the camera, and the scariest thing about it is that the calm look in his eyes. Like, he made his decision a while ago. He looks at the camera, waves, off himself with a shotgun. And not only that, he actually had a plastic bag behind him on the wall to catch the splatter. All on live stream. And he was completely, like, done. Like, he was like, nothing in this world will convince me to not do this. And it's like, if, you know, if he talked more to people, like, kind of just like, you know, something, anything.
Well, that case sounds like his mind, like you said, his mind was already made up.
Now the question is, at what point did he you know, led him to that thought, where it's like, there's no going back?
Well, we can't even speculate on that.
Exactly.
Like, there's no point. But what we can do is talk about the people who do reach out. Because it's sad when those people who do reach out don't get that support and then kill themselves, because they kind of reached out and then it was proven to them that there was no one who cared.
Right.
Or no, they felt that way. Because I'm not going to say no one cared. But, it turned out like, they didn't get that support. They didn't get what they needed at that moment. So they're like, fuck, I guess I was right. Yeah. My life is meaningless. I might as well just end it and like make it better for everyone else. Take
one person,
Like I'm sure some people are selfish when they do it. Some people are, but I'm not going to say that's the majority.
Right.
I do not believe that that's the majority. Most of them need help. They need connection. They need to know that people care about them. People love them, and that it will get better.
No, yeah, absolutely. It's to you go through this thing, but being like a kid, going through high school is just such a small part of your life, and to try to convince this person who's done that it's like it can and it could get better, like it would get better. You just gotta wait it out. It's just sad, some of these kids need help and they don't get it.
I feel like patience has to do a lot with it too, because a lot of times people aren't like taught like be patient, things will get better. It's like, no, I need fix now. It's like, I understand, just breathe, calm down. Things aren't fixed in a day. Things aren't fixed in a week. But if you talk about it each day, it'll slowly get better. And I feel like we're in a society where everything's done now. People want quick fixes now.
People are in such a rush to grow up.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like childhood it's over quick.
I found the meaning to Anhero.
It really is.
So what happened was, it came from a term from someone committed suicide. It was like on MySpace or something like that. And after the suicide, someone wrote a memorial page for them, and there was a spelling error. So it was supposed to say he was such a hero, but the spelling error said he was such an hero. So the term came from that. So I guess it started off as like a sick little joke, but it became like a legitimate thing now when someone says, I'm thinking about an hero. Like, oh, no. He's trying to kill himself. No. And then people talk about it. Of course, internet people joke about it, but that's kind of a little like dark web term for it. Little fun fact there, unfortunately.
Fun fact.
Mm-hmm.
Not so fun fact.
Not so fun fact.
Yeah, really poor choice of words in this particular topic. It really just want to stress we're not pro-suicide.
I mean,
it's just
no one should be.
True,
mm-hmm.
But there are sick people who would even try to push someone to do it.
That's true.
There are.
We're pro-awareness.
Right.
We're pro-awareness.
Right. Great way to put it. Yeah, people should talk about it more.
Mm-hmm. But people don't. That's what pisses me off. People don't want to fucking talk about it. People want to sweep shit under the fucking rug and pretend like things are perfectly fine when they're not.
Pacify everyone.
Especially if it's like fucking parents or some shit like that. Like, no, like there's a fucking problem. Shut the fuck up, sit down and talk about it.
Right.
Well, you can't tell somebody to shut up and talk about it. Like,
going back to the show.
I'm not talking about the person who... Not in terms of shut the fuck up. Like, stop complaining and talk about it. Talk to the person who has the problem. You know what I mean? It's like, I don't know, like there's a fucking leak in your house. Yo, that leak's gonna get bigger and bigger. Start pretending like it's not there. Next you know, your whole fucking wall's falling apart. Like, oh, fuck. The fucking leak was there. Like, the hell?
And I don't want to say like, oh, like a parent that doesn't realize something wrong is neglectful, because I don't think that that's always true.
No,
it's not always true. Because kids, come on, how much did we do when we were kids that our parents didn't know about?
A lot.
Like you parents don't.
Personally, yeah,
they don't know what the hell's going through our minds.
No,
they're not mind readers.
They got their own things going on, and if you don't talk about your problems, how could they know? How could you expect them to know if you keep it to yourself?
And smile.
Right. You know what I mean? If you pretend everything's okay, it's how they're going to see it. You know what I mean? Everything's okay. If they don't know there's a problem, they can't help you fix it.
It's tough. It's a tough little fucking topic there.
It really is. Shit got deep quick. We went from GameStop to suicide.
Yeah, well, I mean...
Which is funny because
started off
working at GameStop actually makes me fucking kill myself. I mean, honestly though, dead ass, like real talk, when I lost my job, I was done. Like I was really done. I was like, because a lot of things were going through my head. One of the biggest things was like I wasted 5 years of my fucking life.
But at the same time though, along with the loss of the job, there were a few other things that went down. It was kind of like just a huge spiral downward.
It was like dead ass. It was like I was just relationship problems, losing my house and home, losing income. Like all this stuff was just piling on together. And at that moment, I literally did not know how I was going to recover from this. Mainly because before GameStop, I was already in a situation where I was unemployed for a very long time. So I already knew where the road was going. And I already saw like, oh, fuck. I'm not going to have any money. I'm not going to find a job until like a couple months from now. Like I already knew all the shit I'm going to have to go through again. And it was crushing. It was really fucking crushing. Like I had to just calm down and just, it was tough to calm myself down. I've never been that fucking low.
Yeah.
And I've been low. And it was just like at my age to go through that. Like why am I going through this at this fucking age? Like I'm going to be 30 fucking years old. Like what the fuck? It was crazy. And I don't know how the fuck I did it. I don't know how I did it. Cause the thing is, I told you guys like later on that I lost my fucking job. Like you guys didn't find out until like a couple weeks later.
All right.
And it was bad. It was fucking bad.
But you found your way through.
Yeah, I did. You know, like I feel like now, you know, things aren't great, but internally I feel better. You know, I doubled down a bit. You know, I'm working on the comic. I'm focused on something, you know, projects, clearly, as you can see right now. You know, like mentally, I feel like I'm a bit healthier than I was before. And at the same time, I feel like at least it was a good weight off of my shoulders because that shit was stressful. That job was fucking stressful. And it also made me kind of see that there's a lot more to life than just that job. And that's kind of how it is with everyone. Like, there's a lot more to life than the problem you're dealing with because the problem is temporary. It will go away. Depending on who you are or what you're in, sometimes it's longer than others. But eventually, you know, if you really do want to get better, put a little work into it, be patient, and it will get better.
Don't be afraid to ask for help.
Don't be afraid. Talk to, because the thing is, you're not...
Talk about your problems, yeah.
Like, I remember, like, my mom's kind of tough about it, but she'll sometimes be like, you ain't the only one going through shit. I'm going through shit too. Your brother's going through shit, this and that, which is true.
It is true. It's like, dude, you're not special.
You're not special, but at the same time, that also means you're not alone.
Basically.
Which is nice. You know?
It's like, dude, you know what's happening to you right now? Life is happening to you.
Yeah.
And guess what? It's happening to everyone.
Mm-hmm.
So your problems are not that important. They're not that big. Now, hold on, wait. Now it sounds like I'm being kind of like,
yeah.
you know.
It kind of took the step away from...
Like I'm being unsympathetic.
But it's a little bit of tough love.
But yeah, it is.
Because you
tough
sound like
love.
my mom right now.
Because,
so it's a little bit tough because, like, you know, I can get it.
We're all going through it. Everyone is going through it. We all go through shit. Life happens. That's just the way life happens.
Then you die.
Pretty much. Because if life was
yeah,
easy,
we say that nowadays, like, but did you die, though?
like, think about it. Rich kids, what do? They become fuck-ups and do drugs. Even if they, like, remain kind of successful, they kind of just fucked up people, period.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Because life was fucking easy for them. Well, in a sense, it was easy. Like, they didn't really have to work. Right? Versus people who have to work. They have to, like, really get through stuff and grow with it. Like, earn their living, earn everything.
If you're just handed stuff throughout your whole life, you don't know what the fuck to do when it gets taken away. But if you earn it and it gets taken away, it's fine. Because you knew how you got it. You know what you need to do to get it again.
Yeah.
If you were given a table and the table fucking broke, you're going to flip the fuck out. You're going to be like, what the fuck? Like, I didn't... Fuck. But if you bought a table and like, you went through a manual and then, you know...
Put it together yourself.
And if the table breaks, like, well, I knew how I put it together, so I know what broke. Like, oh, it's just a loose screw. That's all. No biggie. Or some shit like that. Give me the Gorilla Glue. Bam. Done.
Like Gorilla Glue. For a table.
The only reason I'm saying this is because I actually had a table that broke and we used Gorilla Glue to fucking... And the funny thing is, you know how Gorilla Glue kind of like foams up?
I've never used it.
Okay, so like when you put Gorilla Glue on, when you apply it, it's like clear, regular glue. But once it dries, it starts to like foam up a bit. So you get this like tan colored like puff. And the table had like this big old puff in the corner. So we would just turn the table over so no one sees it. Table work, no.
Could you have sanded it down?
Oh, fuck, you're right, I could have.
Or just taking like a razor blade to the excess?
Well, I did kind of pick at it after a while, so.
With your finger?
Yes.
It doesn't do a clean job. Like, you can't clean it off like that.
I was young, man.
You were not young.
I wasn't young.
So, we done with suicide? For now? Yeah, don't commit suicide. Just don't do it. Talk to someone. Talk to us. Talk to Cedro.
Talk about your problems.
Yeah, man.
Rant, vent, curse shit out. It don't matter, just as long as you talk about it.
Punch shit. Don't punch people. You might go to jail.
Punch a pillow.
Nah, there's not enough feeling there. Punch a wall.
That's always funny too. Like punch people. Like I don't know. I need a feeling back.
Mm-hmm. Fuck.
Yeah.
I think we can end on that.
You want to end on that or no?
I think we can. Like I mean, as deep as it got, it was. I think we did a good job of delivering a positive message as like negative as it seemed. Because a lot of people are gonna like take it as negative, but who cares?
Yeah, I mean, it's not to be negative.
It's not about what they think because we had no negative thoughts about it.
No. It's just, it's happening. Pretending that it's not an issue doesn't make it go away. More people need to talk about it. More people need to be aware.
We should come up with 13 reasons why people should talk about it. Oh, wait, we have a show.
Quick, let's get that script ready.
Guess we're not here.
But yeah, I guess we can end it there. It all kind of comes together, Bullshit experiences at jobs, shit feeling like it's the end of the world, life getting at you, life really getting at you in an unfair way. For example, me pulling through it, trying to express those, those problems and trying to address them in like shows like 13 Reasons Why, whether you agree with it or not, whether you want to talk about it. At least there's an audience there for it. Like I said, I don't watch it, but that doesn't fucking matter. I'm an insignificant individual. If someone gets something positive out of the show, that's great. It's fucking brilliant. Regardless of whether I watch it or not. You guys watched it. You guys got something from it. It's beautiful. But at the same time, just as long as the message is out there, talk about your problems, talk about your ailments, your fears, pisses you off, makes you happy.
Especially that.
Yeah.
Talk about what makes you happy. Because people always talk about what pisses them off, what makes them unhappy. Talk about the positive.
Because there is positive.
There's always positive.
Mm-hmm. No matter what.
Like, even if that positive is something small, it's still positive.
Mm-hmm.
Just...
It's Hawk. Period.
All right. You want to wrap it?
Yeah, we can wrap it.
Close it out.
This was a good one. So, same time next week. Any ideas on topics for next week, or are we just gonna?
We'll keep it. We'll surprise them.
We'll surprise them. Mystery box.
It might be lighter next week.
Might be lighter. We're gonna have to.
Anime.
And anime. And gaming.
Okay.
All right. So yeah, we'll wrap it up from there. Adam, say your goodbyes.
All right. That's all for this week.
It's Mitch,
Adam, and Cedro. He won't speak.
And Giordano on the tuba.
He's on the mixer over there, DJing shit up.
I will say, don't wish for an easy life. Wish for the strength to endure a tough one.
Yes.
Bruce Lee said that.
Well done there, man.
We're signing out.
Signing out.